Hello, everyone. In the last session, we went through all the organization setting. We went through that process of creating reporting cycle, roles, projects, and users. So, if you haven't seen that lesson, I will put a link in the description, and I will link it back to that session. So that's the second session where we did the initial setup of the project of the organization. Apologies. And one or some of the main thing that you need to notice that here um, you have the username, your current username, and also you have the current project selected and the current organization that you are using. So if you have multiple accounts or if you are using multiple projects, when you click in here, you will have selectors where you will have these projects listed, and then you need to select any project before you start working in this with all these project specific criteria or tabs. So um, as we know that in the collaborative planning, we need to have delay causes and we need to have constraints, and these are used when we create our weekly work plans. So the delay causes are used when we define or when we update the weekly work plan and we haven't achieved the specific task, then we need to assign a delay cause to it, which helps later on in creating dashboards and analyzing the root causes. Um, the constraints are quite important as we need to define the constraints in order to do the weekly constraint analysis and do the filtering on which activities from the lookaheads can go to our weekly work plan and which cannot be. So the way that you can define this in the program in this web-based application is quite easy. So you just click on the delay cause and you can just add reason for delay and say, let's say that we'll have um, design change. That's a good one, and we keep it as active, and then we have it in the list. Say we need to add another one. Let's say material delivery or material delays. Yeah, all right. So these are two reasons for delays that we have defined. Similarly, how to do constraints, it is the same method that we can do. So we just hit on the constraints tab and then we add a constraint, and we can have like method statement. We can do another one like consents. And we can add design approval. So these are some constraints that we need to do before we start the next activity. We can have more like preceding activities. So we have now few defined criteria. Okay, so let's go to the next section, which is a section of work. And in the section of work here, it is a sort of WBS or a breakdown of the project. So let's say that the project we're doing is consisting of 4 or 5 levels, as we said. So we can say ground floor for tutorial project, and we say here ground floor, and there is no parent to it as we will not do hierarchies in this option. Let's say level 1 in the tutorial project, and we call it level 1, and then level 2. Level 2, and then we have here level 3, level 4, And finally, go to level 5. So now we have defined all the sections. We have all the sections in front of us. If you want to delete any of them, you just hit delete. If you want to edit the text or anything, you just hit edit, and then you can do. So if you decided to do hierarchy later on, you can say the ground floor belongs to another one, but we're not doing that in this tutorial. So we have defined now the delay causes or the reasons for delay, constraints, list, and the sections of work. In the next session, we're going to discover how we can do look ahead, and how we can create a look ahead program with a 6-week look ahead plan, and then running it through the constraint analysis sheet and creating a weekly work plan. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel to get the latest update. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and please leave any suggestions in the comments box, and I will get back to you on that. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.